What the fuck is up, YouTube? Welcome to Planet Conscious. You know, I had to do all that dumb shit. And I'm slurring because I'm drinking a little bit. But it is what it is. How y'all been? What y'all been up to? You been meditating? You been eating right? You been keeping your spirits and your chakras aligned and, making sure that you good, first of all. You know, I see all these YouTubers and they call themselves woke and they call themselves spiritually conscious. But let's think of what your definition of a spiritual awakening is, or what your definition of being conscious is. It's just like, what is your definition of a God or God? You see, one thing I don't like about some of these YouTubers who try to be rah-rah spiritual, this, meditate. I hate the fact that they try to force that shit on people. And one thing people get confused all the time is when you start looking up shit and when you start researching shit on the internet, you can trick yourself into thinking that you're going through that. Some of these people that's out here telling you to open your third eye, to not open your third eye, to meditate, to not meditate. Some of them know what they talking about, some of them don't. And I'm just being factual. I'm just speaking facts. One thing about being conscious and one thing about being spiritually awakened is you can't mistake your awakening for a fault. I don't know how I'm trying to say that. Don't get mistaken by a false awakening by your ego. That's basically what I'm trying to say. Your ego can trick you into thinking you're spiritually aligned. You want to know why? Because your ego does not want to exist. Your ego is afraid to not exist. Your ego has to trick you. It's like Loki in a sense. Your ego has to trick you in order to keep existing. When you truly become spiritually aligned or awakened, you truly lose your ego. How many of those YouTubers out there can say they had an ego death or they lost their ego? They lost who they were as a person and had to rediscover themselves. My honest opinion, you don't really become awakened until you have to refine or rediscover who you are. Not necessarily an identity, but who you are as an individual and on your own. Say if one day it came out, somebody came back from death, and they said it's nothing. There's no God, there's no devil, there's no angels, it's just blackness. What would you do? Would that change your behavior? Would that make you bring out that ego, bring out that bad side of you? Would it leave you questioning everything, or would you just continue on to be a good person? once you lose yourself from this material world and detach everything, and you have to refine who you are without religion, without your parents telling you, without anybody, because once you hit a certain age, I really believe that it's all up to you to determine what's right and wrong. Children are innocent. We can't help. Camera fucking up. Children are innocent. We can't help the situations that we get into as kids. But as adults, we kinda can. And people hate that. People hate for you to tell them you're in that situation because of yourself. But in all honesty, it is. So when you become awakened, when you become spiritually awoken, I feel like you no longer need laws of man. The laws of man won't even exist because you already know. You already know what's encoded into your DNA, into your spirit. You know that you should be living right. You know that you shouldn't steal. You know all of this. That's when you really become spiritually awakened. And yeah, you can feel like you the chosen one or whatever, but don't talk down on people. Don't sit here and be like, oh, y'all bots. My nigga, you could be a fucking bot telling us that we bots. Fuck is you talking about? But that's just my opinion. Like, for real. Like, don't sit here and talk down on somebody. What if he never been open to meditation before? What if he don't even know how to meditate? What if that man can't even fall asleep at night and you talking about, y'all don't meditate? I ain't even gonna say no names, but yeah, yo, them spiritual YouTubers just really aggravate the fuck out of me. Like, don't talk down on people. Like, you should know that if you're woke. If you're woke, you should know that. I'm just saying, but it is what it is. Too much of anything. And don't rush your awakening. Don't rush it. If it's meant for you to be spiritually mature in this life, it'll happen. If it's not meant for you to be spiritually mature in this life, then don't worry about it. You are on this path and you are on this journey to learn something for you to reach a level of maturity for your spirit. For you to be, one with the universe or one with the source. I feel like our spirits have to go through steps, Even though we all come from one divine source, I really don't believe that we are all one spirit because everybody's so different. Everybody has different personalities, even fuck the outside. Just inside. You ever looked at somebody and the feeling you get when you look in one person's eyes is not the same you get if you looked in the next person. It's just not. Everybody's different. Everybody's spirit is unique. Everybody has either I don't know how to say it because I don't want to be politically incorrect and I don't want to sound arrogant. But I just feel like everybody is on their own separate journey. I mean, at the end of the day, we could all just be making up shit. I could be making up shit. We don't know. But I do believe if somebody isn't spiritually ready yet, don't force them. Don't talk down on them. Don't be arrogant, Let people do what they want to do. If people want to drink, let them drink. If they want to smoke, let them smoke. What's the issue with that? Everything in moderation, because to a point, everybody just wants to live life and be happy. You ever seen that episode of The Simpsons where Lisa meditated? I can't remember what episode, but Lisa had meditated and at the end of it, she was like, I just realized all of this was just for nothing. I should have just been living my life. Maybe that's what we here to do. Maybe that's how we spiritually mature. I'm just saying. Planet Conscious out.